we end the And a word from Chris Paul, who has a little something to say about the success of a very special and influential teammate, Blake Griffin.
You know, Blake, everything that's happening for him, he deserves it because he's worked so hard and put so much into it, and he's a huge piece to our team being successful.
Of course, we know that Blake would say the exact same thing about Chris Paul. You know, Chris and Blake Griffin share so much in common when it comes to being the hardcore Clippers their owner brags about all the time.
And you think about it, Chris Paul is not easily impressed, nor is Doc Rivers, for that matter, but both of these guys have praised Griffin for how hard he's worked and how far he's come in his career.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Smith, and it's Navarro in at the 3 spot.
And guys, Josh Smith, an interesting blend of talents. A good defender, great finisher around the rim. Also an underrated passer at times for a big man.
Dunleavy's check in for Mirotic. The kick out to Rose. Rebound by Smith. Clippers leading by 7. Redick for 3. Jordan, a follow-up flush.
Was there any doubt what he was going to do with that putback? Flush it down.
Oh, that's some energy we just witnessed right there.
And that's the kind of energy you have to display when you want to attack that offensive glass.
Here's Rose, following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Noah the screen. And Gibson kicks to Dunleavy. Butler on the way. The feed now to Dunleavy. From outside, off the mark.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
In transition, here come the Bulls. Here's Butler. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Oh, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Here's Dunleavy. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Redick with the bucket. And now it's an 11-point Clipper lead.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And, Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
Rivers, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Rose passes to Dunleavy. He kicks it to Noah. Gibson dishes to Dunleavy, and he gets it to go.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Rose kicks to Gibson. Noah with a screen on Smith. Gibson passes to Dunleavy. Outside Rose, stolen by Rivers. And now the Clippers on the break. Rivers has got the ball.
That play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
And Noah with the slam.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
And here again, Los Angeles in transition. Up the court they go. Well, when you think of the great playmakers in league history, John Stockton per game averaged double-digit dimes. Think of this. For his career, 15,806 career assists. A record you knew right off would stand for a very long time.
And, guys, you know, you look up point guard in the dictionary, and there's a nice little picture of John Stockton there. I mean, he is an unreal distributor. Controlled the game like no one ever has before or since. It's no coincidence that Utah never missed the playoffs in any of the 19 seasons that John Stockton was at the helm. And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, but if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
Smith right side. Jordan the screen. And Josh Smith again. Smith's got 6 points in the quarter.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Like as you said about the Clippers, the days of finishing near the bottom every year are over. Clark, a lot of that is Doc Rivers.
Exactly. Since 2012, Kevin, they've had the third best record in the NBA. A lot of loyal fans stuck it out with the team during the dark days, and now they're reaping the fruit.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Pierce comes in for Josh Smith, and Lance Stevenson subbed in for J.J. Redick. No luck, and it's Chicago the other way. And even 3-on-3 break. Butler dishes to Dunleavy. And so he draws the foul on the shot on a trip to the line to shoot two.
With Joakim Noah, I mean, you know exactly what he's going to give you every season. Rebounding, block shots, steals, a few points, relentless energy and enthusiasm, and even a few assists as well.
Ray Allen, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And Joakim Noah. He's all about doing whatever it takes to help his club succeed. Always has been. Greg, he did the dirty work when he played inside at Florida. When they won back-to-back championships, he's done it in each and every NBA season in Chicago.
And you just hit on it. I mean, he bites, he scratches, he claws his way into the upper echelon in terms of elite centers in our league. And in 2014 was named All-NBA first team as well as Defensive Player of the Year. Let's just hope he's healthy this season to get back to that level.
And the Clippers call time here.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Griffin's checked in. Pau Gasol's checked in for the Bulls. Brooks comes in for Derrick Rose. Noah the screen, and Pierce over to help. Here's Gasol, and so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot two. It's going to be on Blake Griffin. Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, taking himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with it. And that's an aggressive play to try to get the rebound, just a little too aggressive.
And unnecessary. That's over the top. That's doing too much, Greg. He wasn't in good position there, and he was never going to get the ball. He just wasted a foul.
Here's Dunleavy. The three, and it's good. Dunleavy's got 7 points.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Noah with a screen for Brooks. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Brooks with the bucket. Brooks has got the lead up to 1 now for the Bulls.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
You're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks that Coach drew.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Chicago making some changes. Mirotic comes in for Dunleavy. And it's Heinrich in for Jimmy Butler. Good. 22 points for Jay.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
Gasol setting the pick for Brooks. And Mirotic has it in the corner. And it comes off the rim with a high bounce.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Navarro. Brooks covering. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And check out the bounce.
Bounce to the ounce. Clark, how about that?
Yeah.
All right,
You
showing
said
him
it,
off
Kevin.
right there. Good move.
You said it, my man. He's a highlight reel waiting to happen.
Connects on the 17-footer. Brooks has got his second basket of the night.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Paul checked in for Jay. Paul against Brooks. Paul kicks to Griffin. A minute 50 left to play here in the half. Noah. Great defense that time from Noah.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Stolen by Stevenson. They get a hand on it.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
From downtown, Mirotic's shot is off. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against Portland. Paul passes to Pierce. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Pierce has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Bulls trail by 4. Noah with a screen on Paul. And Brooks, here we go. He took good advantage of that screen.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Noah with the block.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Mirotic's shot is off.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
Now here's Griffin, following the shot by Chris Paul. And yes, sir, that one drops. And that's now 10 points for Blake Griffin.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Here's Brooks. And the jumper falls for him. Brooks has got 10. Allen for 3. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And the first half comes.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal. From the get-go, it was the Clippers who came out strong. Their lead at... All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just...